Hi guys, Chess Learning for Life here, back with another video. Today we're back with the Women's Chess Championship 2025, and as you can see, Du and Jun already has 6 points now. And let's see how she won her 4th game consecutively, and even with the black pieces again. So this time Tan's mixing things up and playing knight c3 instead of the English setup that she likes. And really just this Italian game where the dark square bishop of black gets traded off, but in return gets the light square bishop. So this is an opposite color bishop. This may be one of Ju's plan, not planned before the game, because I think she wouldn't have known that Tan would play the Italian. But I think it's a good mindset to learn that if you really want to play for a draw in these tournament games, then aiming for these opposite color bishop and trading off the pieces is a good option. But let's see how the game progresses. Now you see a queen e7, queen e6 idea. Maybe it's just unpinning her knight. Now d4, taking is bad for black, because then your queen gets boomed around, and then there's c4, and then c4, and then there comes e5, and things are breaking apart. So Du plays the unpinned knight back, and yeah, you see common ideas, putting rooks on open files. And let's look at this a6 b5. As you can see, Du has already observed a potential creation of pass pawn, outside pass pawn in the endgame. And although it's a slight advantage, it's a very good middle game plan that converts into an endgame advantage. And here already you could see Tan spend some time and acknowledges what Du wants to do and already blocks the plan, which already creates, light square weaknesses around here. But at the same time, you could say like it's fixing the pawns on light squares, which counteracts this bishop. Now this bishop is lost, just like that. And the rooks come to the open file. And you can already see like black is already gaining the slight advantage. And here I just don't understand why you don't go e takes f5, because losing this doubled pawn is better than losing this middle pawn like this, and you're giving black a not connected passer but a very strong center. But I mean, in return you get the knight and queen pair, which in harmony is usually better than a bishop and a queen. But look at your knight is on the rim and it's an endgame, and now what Du aims for is to trade the queens off. And this is a pawn sacrifice to get the queen active. And here, I won't really say queen a7 was the big mistake, but really just blundering this pawn would just lead to one mistake after the another. Now the engine is recommending queen a7 immediately striking, and now e3 doesn't really work that well. e3 and then the queen takes and this c3 pawn is protected. Let's look at king h7 here, and then now e3 would work because of bishop f5. I don't see the advantage here, but I guess maybe taking and aiming on the g2 pawn. But now this bishop is very well placed. Although it's a tall pawn, it's defending everything. And now this pawn rolls. You see the idea of forcing a queen trade, which would realize the advantage of the bishop over the knight, because there's pawns on both sides of the board. Plus, you have this passer, outside passer, in comparison to this 3-on-2 on the king side. And you really have to trade it off. If you go knight e7, there goes queen e8, and it just poses more problem to the pieces. So takes, pushes to c2. Now you still have to be precise. And here you don't want to allow g4, because after g4 you'll see later why. Now this pawn will fall, but in return you get these pawns, and your king will get active. So imagine a position without h5. Now your kingside pawns will not be that advanced after you win white's kingside pawns. And also imagine there's g4 is played, now there's g3 and f4, and now your bishop is depressed. And here even king takes c2, and yeah, if you push, there comes this. I'll show it to you, and then bishop f3, and this pawn is lost. Tan maneuvers her knight to d4, and here spot the brilliant move. Pause video. 3, 2, 1. Bishop takes f3, and the knight is just overloaded. It can't take this pawn, and after this you win 2 pawns. These pawns get rolling, and this just shows the disadvantage of having a knight in the endgame, because now these pawns roll, and yeah, Tan resigns, because after takes, your king has to defend this pawn. I get this one and I promote. So nice game by Du, and yeah, well deserved. Now she leads 6-2. I think it's over. She's ending it next game. And yeah, stay tuned for game 9. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.